All right, we have gone live and just getting started now. I can see people joining. I can see a lot of emojis, heart emojis. Namaskar सभी को. Hi everyone. We have started our live session now with Dr. Vidya Iyer, and I will be sending her an invite to go and join our conversation. Dr. Vidya. Right. I hope आप सब लोग जो हैं you are all ready for a fantastic session because this is one of the most awaited sessions, and I think Dr. Vidya is about to join with us, and there she is. So one of the most awaited Instagram live sessions, and Dr. Vidya Iyer is here with us. और मैं आपको थोड़ा सा इनके बारे में बताऊं तो I don't even know. I don't even have the words. But for the sake of time, since people are joining Dr. Vidya, I'm just going to give you a few minutes because it's 7:58. Then I will go out and talk about your qualifications. But this is one of the most awaited sessions. बहुत से लोग जो है join कर रहे हैं. I can see a lot of heart emojis here. And a big shout out to all of you across India जो भी लोग join कर रहे हैं. And आप लोग बस hold on to your horses and grab a drink, your favorite drink, whatever it may be, और बैठ जाइए किसी comfortable spot पे. As you all know कि Fitness Freedom 45 is a community जहाँ पर हम लोग regularly health coaches को बुलाते हैं, who we are associated with all across India, और वो आके अपने अपने learnings, अपने अपने experiences जो है, they come and share them wholeheartedly, and then we take questions depending on how much time we have left. It's a very organic session. यहाँ पर जो भी बातें होती है, it is all based on the experience of all the esteemed health coaches that we invite over here. And हम लोग जो है बहुत समय से इन स्पीकर को मैं पर्सनली चाहता था बहुत टाइम से डॉक्टर विद्या को because I have been associated with you now for so many years now, and
हाँ जी सर.
and we have spent so many good times with each other, and
Absolutely.
so बस कुछ ही सेकंड रह गए हैं 8
सर मेरी आवाज आ रही है ठीक से?
हाँ, आपकी आवाज मुझे तो ठीक से आ रही है, और आई एम श्योर कि ऑडियंस में भी सब लोग सुन रहे होंगे.
Okay, fine.
Fantastic.
Thank you, sir.
Fantastic. So, guys, for those who have just joined in, I have with me Dr. Vidya Iyer on one of our Insta Live sessions. और मैं अगर आपको उनकी qualifications के बारे में बात करूं तो she is by qualification a Bachelor of Dental Surgery, practicing dentist है, लेकिन वही नहीं है. She also has a post-graduate diploma in medical legal systems. She's also a postgraduate diploma in hospital and healthcare management. She has a postgraduate diploma in geriatric care. She has a diplomate in implant surgery, diplomate in neuromuscular orthodontics, MSc in psychotherapy and counseling, MPhil in counseling, fellowship in laser dentistry from University of Geneva in Italy, diplomate in dental photography, diplomate in dental certified certificate program in strategic digital marketing, cognitive behavior therapy. मतलब क्या क्या छोड़ू मैं, मतलब she's also a Reiki practitioner, she's a yoga volunteer, she's a certified NLP practitioner. और अगर मैं उनके बारे में बात करूं तो she is basically by profession a dentist. She has her own clinic which is in Chennai. She's also the president of the Indian Dental Association chapter in Madras, Chennai. She's a psychotherapist. She's a counselor. And she's a very multi-talented entrepreneur, अगर मैं बोलूं तो. She's also a half marathoner. She's an animal lover. She's a social media influencer. She's an artist. She's a classical dancer, classical singer. वो poetry लिखती हैं. She's very much socially active, you know, and she is, I would say, she is the kind of person who combines very spiritual, holistic healing into everything that she does, whether it's dentistry or anything. She's also a life coach, she's a hypnotherapist, और उनके पास 16 साल का experience है in holistic therapies and energy healing. And she's a very well known, I mean, she's a very much sought after speaker. अगर उनके बारे में बताना शुरू करूंगा मैं तो पूरा सेशन का आधा टाइम उसी में निकल जाएगा, you know. So she is always invited on state, national, international podiums in her profession as a dentist to come and give lectures. उनके बहुत सारे publications हैं in lot of indexed international journals, you know. And but she is basically at heart a student and a passionate teacher. And for those of you who are in Amway direct selling business, she's also a silver producer in the Amway business. And we are so proud that she is part of our team. And मैं अब यहाँ पर आपसे पहला सवाल ये पूछूंगा डॉक्टर विद्या कि I mean, I know that मैंने आपका एक पिक्चर देखा था जिसमें अभी रिसेंटली आपका स्कूल का रियूनियन हुआ था. You had a school reunion and you stitched a school dress and you went there in your school dress, which you obviously got it stitched, and it looked like really nice on you and all. And you have been an athlete in school, and were you always बचपन से ही an athlete into sports and fitness? क्या था आपका background childhood में, अगर तो आप जाके बताएंगे आप तो.
So good evening everybody. Thank you Sumeet sir for all those kind words. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है आपके मुंह से ये सब सुनने में. और thank you so much for this wonderful question. नमस्ते दोस्तों. And before I go ahead with the question, मैं दिखाती हूँ वो picture ताकि सबको पता चले. So that's the picture. I hope it's clear for all of you.
Very clear.
So I didn't stitch that dress sir. वो मेरा जब मैं स्कूल में पढ़ती थी वो मेरा यूनिफॉर्म था और उसमें मैं घुसी almost 40 years बाद. तो it was a dream come true, वही मैं बोल सकती हूँ. And this is I basically, when from my childhood I was not too much into sports or fitness or कुछ भी. रनिंग करती थी मैं और ग्रुप स्पोर्ट्स में, यानी कि थ्रो बॉल, वॉलीबॉल एंड थ्रोज में मेरा बहुत काम था क्योंकि माय हैंड इज वेरी स्ट्रांग. सो I used to be participating in the throws, all the throws, the javelins, the discus, the shot put, and so that is what I used to do. And उसके बाद कराटे भी सीखा मैंने. तो फिटनेस था लेकिन इतना भी नहीं था कि मैं कंसिस्टेंट थी उस पर. तो एंड क्योंकि अभी कॉलेज में पढ़ने से आई गॉट इनटू डेंटिस्ट्री, तो मेडिकल कोर्स था, तो we were more into studies and education and not too much into sports and fitness. And हमारा काम ऐसा होता है कि हम बैठकर काम करते हैं, तो a lot of our day goes in sitting dentistry, वही बोलते हैं हम. So that is how it was. But I think the game changer came in 2013. So 2013 May I went for a marathon run. It was just not a complete marathon, एक 3 kilometers का run था. तो first I was thinking कि मैं कर पाऊंगी कि नहीं कर पाऊंगी. So that is how I started. लेकिन और मैंने सोचा कि शायद everybody will start from the first, they'll be running. तो जब तक खत्म नहीं होगा, I thought everybody is just going to run and run. So I thought I don't know if I will be able to do it. So first 1 kilometer मैंने भी running की थी, and after that I saw people were enjoying the run. They were enjoying the process. They were standing, clicking pictures, talking. तो अच्छा लगा. तो मैंने सोचा कि अरे यार मेरे जैसे ही सब हैं, and everybody was enjoying the moment. तो mindful थे, and उससे मैंने वो 3 kilometers खत्म किया. फिर 3 से 5 हुआ, 5 से 10 किया. जब 10 kilometers का marathon मैंने खत्म किया, then I thought, okay, I should start doing half marathon. So I did about 4 or 5 half marathon, and that is how I actually progressively increased. And it was not in a day. It took me almost a year to go from 3 kilometers to 21 kilometers. But then, the thrill, the feel that you get after you complete a race, that was something which, money can't buy. It was truly priceless. So that became a motivation, and that kept me going.
Wow. वेरी वेरी गुड, बहुत अच्छा. तो मैं जानना चाहता हूँ कि कोई ऐसा, अब इतने साल यू वर लाइक यू सेड योर प्रोफेशन इज सेडेंटरी, आप बैठे बैठे सारा टाइम काम करते हैं, आपके क्वालिफिकेशंस इतने सारे हैं, तो लेटर ऑन स्टेज पे लाइफ में एक ऐसे एज पे जहाँ पर लोग अपने प्रोफेशनल जो भी अचीवमेंट्स है उसको एंजॉय करना चाहते हैं, सो व्हाट वाज द टर्निंग पॉइंट फॉर यू इन लाइफ, आई वुड से, कि जहां पर आपका सडनली एक झुकाव हो गया फ्रॉम प्रोफेशनल डेंटिस्ट्री एंड मेडिकल प्रोफेशन इनटू फिटनेस, कि आपको एकदम से याद कैसे आई कि मुझे फिटनेस पे भी ध्यान देना है? वो टर्निंग पॉइंट क्या था आपका?
This question is very close to my heart, because turning point in your life is one of the audios which I listened to way back, and that really made a big difference. So thank you for this question again. ऐसा था कि we generally say don't rest on your past laurels. So even though I was into some kind of fitness earlier, but it made a big difference because of my profession, sedentary life, and we have a lot of bending, and all this together put a real pressure on my back. So 2005 May I had a spinal injury. So that left my right side of the body paralyzed, and I was paralyzed for almost 3 months. This happened in October. So till then I was working in a college as a senior lecturer, and because of my health I gave up my job. But I was always a very active person. So I kept saying that nahi mere se hoga, and I will come out of all this, and that was the mindset I had. Having said that, 2005 May, after this injury, I gave up my job and got into full-time practice. So this full-time practice, went on for quite some time, and that, slowly, probably 1 kilo a year, something like that, I started putting on weight. I didn't realize, because many times people say रोली पोली है, अच्छी है,
इंडिया में
खाती
होता
घर
है
के
कि
हैं,
अच्छे खाते पीते घर के हैं, थोड़ा सा लोग कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स करते हैं. हाँ, सही बात है.
Exactly. And they say अच्छा है, अच्छा, it's that round wala feel. So everybody, I mean, nobody really said that आप fat हो, की body shaming हुआ, ऐसा कुछ नहीं हुआ. लेकिन मन में you're always thinking ना कि अरे यार ये तो ठीक नहीं हो रहा है. Then a turning point came, the first turning point I should say. This was in 2019. So the 2019 I met with an accident in the bike, and I injured my left knee. And again in 2020 February I injured my right knee. So because I was walking or doing some exercise, I didn't fracture, but the muscles became very taut.
Oh.
And because of that I started having a sciatic nerve pain. And this pain was on and off. So बहुत stiffness होता था lower back में, and bending बहुत मुश्किल होता था. Some days to even get out of bed early morning used to be a lot of problem. So I started noticing this, but we will do certain exercises and कुछ योगा, कुछ ऐसा वैसा कर लिया, and pain थोड़ा कम हो गया, थोड़ा दवाई ले ली, ऐसा कुछ होता था. And then I thought अच्छा ठीक हो गया. I was not too much into it. But then after the pandemic came, I had corona. So that was the second turning point. So corona, and after corona, I actually had a lot of intestinal problems because of the ill effects of corona. And at the same time, a lot of people in my profession, dentistry, they were all passing away, because when the whole world said, put your masks, we were the brave hearts who said, please remove your mask, I need to work there. So we lost a lot of friends at that time, during the corona time, and that rang a bell in my mind. and that was another turning point. So these two basic incidents, and of course after the corona, by the time we started recuperating, I started putting on almost 10 to 12 kilos of weight. So I can show you a picture as how I looked, just to give you an idea. So that is, I hope you're able to see, and that is how the change came. So this was before and that's after. So I had put on weight, and again, it was just again a roly-poly kind of an effect. So nobody said that you're fat or kuch bhi. लेकिन my pain, the sciatic nerve pain इतना बढ़ गया था कि मैं पैदल चल भी नहीं पा रही थी, 10 कदम आगे नहीं रख पाती थी. तो that was a turn. And then in March of last year, March 7th, I had a chest pain in the night. And early morning, itna dard ho raha tha ki I thought, okay, this is the end point. So I went to the doctor, I went to the hospital. So pura, jaanch kiya, and then they said the results were almost okay, but there were 2-3 things which had to be addressed. One was cholesterol, and one was body weight. So the doctor said, I'm not putting you on pills right now, but this is your red flag. I want you to reduce, weight and come back. So I'm showing you another picture. I hope you're able to see that.
अरे बिल्कुल, इसमें साफ दिख रहा है कि आपका टमी एकदम राइट से लेके धीमे धीमे लेफ्ट पे जाते हैं, तो एकदम टमी एकदम अंदर हो गया एकदम.
हाँ. So that was the effect. So इतना अच्छा लग रहा था क्योंकि every week, when I started working towards this and started losing weight, that is when I realized कि the key to success is knowing yourself. So जब मेरे को पता चला कि I have to understand what my body is saying, and I have to be quite sensitive towards it, and if I'm now not going to really work on myself, tab to, it might become an irreversible change. So that is when I took a very strong decision, and then they say the rest is history, na? तो ऐसा हो गया.
एक्चुअली बहुत बढ़िया. डॉक्टर विद्या, मैंने क्या देखा है कि यू टॉक करेक्टली कि सेल्फ अवेयरनेस आनी बहुत जरूरी होती है, और सेल्फ अवेयरनेस तो लोगों में होती है. पीपल आर एक्यूटली अवेयर about the changes that they need to make in their body. कुछ ना कुछ चेंज करना है तो सबको समझ में आ जाता है, लेकिन चैलेंज जो लोगों को आता है वो क्या है कि आज की लाइफ इतनी बिजी है, इतनी फास्ट पेस्ड हो गई है, स्पेशली इन द लास्ट 10-15 इयर्स, कि चाहते हुए भी लोग जो है ना, प्रॉब्लम कहाँ आती है अपने आप को मैनेज करने में, सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट. एंड ऑफ कोर्स हमको पता है कि टाइम इज अ बहाना, इट इज एन एक्सक्यूज, लेकिन फिर भी इन अ फास्ट पेस्ड लाइफ, स्पेशली फॉर अ busy, professional like you, who's always involved in something or the other. Engagements कितने होते हैं आपके, मुझे पता है. कभी आप इस शहर में होती है, कभी उस शहर में होती है, in this city, that city, giving some professional lectures. So for you, after you had the awareness to manage your schedule, to manage yourself, and to have prioritized time, can you shed a little bit of light कि आपने ये सब कैसे किया? थोड़ा बहुत insights दीजिए उसमें.
Sir. So first thing was, as I told you, कि the key to success is knowing yourself. And हमने ये भी सुना है कि if you're failing to plan, then you are planning to fail. तो प्लानिंग में ही सब होता है. सेल्फ मैनेजमेंट मैं बोलती हूँ, टाइम मैनेजमेंट ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है, क्योंकि हर किसी के पास 24 घंटे ही होते हैं. तो all of us have to set our priorities right. And the gift of health is something which we need to give ourselves. तो अगर हमारे पास self love नहीं हो, तो we can't move forward in life. तो ये तो बहुत important चीज हो जाती है. And then it is, a sense of self analysis करनी पड़ती है, self awareness डालना पड़ता है कि हम कहाँ हैं. तो then we know कि हमको कहाँ जाना होगा. And then हमको वो bridge the gap करना है. So it becomes very simple. That is how you start. And अगर मेरे पास time नहीं है, अगर मैं ये बोलूं, तो that means I don't care about myself. तो इतना तो हमें समझ में आ जाता है. So first thing is, as sir said, I have two professions. मैं dentist भी हूँ, psychotherapist भी हूँ. तो टाइम निकालना सच्ची में बहुत मुश्किल हो रहा था. आई डोंट डिनाई इट, बट देन सेंस ऑफ रिन्यूअल समझ में आता है कि आई वांट टू बी अ न्यू मी. तो हर समय हम न्यू ईयर ऐसा ऐसा बोलते हैं, विश करते हैं हर किसी को, लेकिन हमारे ये न्यू मी के लिए आर वी रियली रेडी? तो एंड व्हेन वी आर रेडी, व्हेन वी नो हाँ हमें चाहिए, then what all are we ready to do for that? What all are we ready to improve or change for that? So that becomes another very important thing. So I'm sure हर किसी के पास ये सीनफेल्ड मेथड होता है, ताकि एवरीडे कैलेंडर में मैंने इस दिन कुछ ना कुछ तो किया है हमारे अपने आप के लिए. तो that 1 hour time I started finding for myself. So obviously it was early in the morning, so I started getting up 1 hour early. So that is how I started finding time. And क्योंकि मैं exercise में इतना मसरूफ थी, तो my night sleep became very well. My quality of sleep increased, ताकि I was able to get up early in the morning because I had tired myself through the day. And small changes I started bringing, because it is like small steps make a big difference. So I started अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि कौन से हैबिट मेरे को छोड़ना है, नहीं तो ब्रेक करना है, एंड व्हाट इज द हैबिट आई नीड टू फॉर्म. तो आई स्टार्टेड एज आई टोल्ड यू, सेल्फ एनालिसिस की मैंने. और अगर कोई समझता है कि ब्रेकिंग अ हैबिट इज हार्ड, then starting a new habit is even harder, right? So each of these things I had to do. And जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था कि 24 hours ही सबके पास है, तो I had to maximize my productivity. तो इस टाइम में I had to zone out. डेंटिस्ट्री के टाइम में मैंने पूरा डेंटिस्ट्री का काम किया, और साइकोलॉजी में वो उस टाइम में मैंने पूरा किया. तो when I was able to devote like that, then I started really finding not 1 hour but more than 1 hour for myself. So every day morning I started with a gratitude ki I used to have a 3-step for gratitude. One was, as soon as I get up, I'll thank God for the breath of life I had. क्योंकि as I told you, many dentists had passed away during that corona time. So the breath of life के लिए मैं हर रोज early morning I used to thank God. Second thing, I used to thank God for all my parts of the body and my internal organs for the optimal level of function. And third, I used to bless the entire day and thank God for the activities I had through the day. So when I started with all these positive thoughts and positive self-talk, then I was able to set the right kind of mindset for the entire day. And I started a very important thing in March of 2020. That was my Get In Get Fit series. So that series we started in just like a Zoom call, and my team had lots of women. So all those people who are not into exercise on a regular basis, जो बोलते थे कि मेरे पास टाइम नहीं है, तो ऐसा said like अगर टाइम नहीं है तो नो प्रॉब्लम, जब आप दूध उबाल रहे हो तो ऐसे उठन बैठन कर लेना आपके किचन के काउंटर से. तो ऐसे कुछ भी we started doing, and ऐसे small steps किया, and we formed this Get In Get Fit series, and every day ऐसा exercise हुआ. But we didn't have it like a structured program. So July of 2020, we made it more structured. Every day 6 to 6:40. अभी 4 साल होने को है. So 6 to 6:40 we have our Get In Get Fit series. तो इस series में we have right from face yoga, सर से पांव तक. So we have a lot of progressive muscle relaxation exercises, yoga, asanas, from breathing, and kapalpati, और वो सब होता था. And it was all online. So it was corona time, right? So we were all online, and we used to do that. And these small things made it like a very nice family. And then what we did after August of 2020, we started an expert series. So we said every Saturday for 1 hour, 9 to 10 in the morning, we used to have an expert speaker. So this speaker used to be from the fitness industry, कि मैं ऐसा था वैसा था, and they used to come and tell their life stories, and each of these stories was so unique, and हम सबको कहानी सुनने में बहुत मजा आता है ना. So we started enjoying that, and then we started picking up the seriousness of what we were into. So we started celebrating our 25th, our 50th, our 75th, our 100th centenary week. And uske baad we had also the 𝐃𝐢𝐚𝐦𝐸 1000th day celebration. आपको केक दिखाई दे रहा है शायद, and all of us,
yes,
and
लोग
all of
बीच पे
us,
हैं, एक्सरसाइज कर रहे हैं, आपके घर में हैं, कुछ एक जगह पे लोग रेड
yes,
ड्रेस पे बैठे हुए हैं, सब आपकी
हाँ
गेट फिट कम्युनिटी एंड टीम है ना. वाओ.
हाँ. So it was so nice, and उससे क्या हुआ? So our community building, or that the kind of understanding we all started having, the kind of commitment we started having for each other became very obvious. And we had a lot of it was a mission and a vision in mind. ऐसे ही नहीं शुरू किया था हमने. तो we wanted basically physical fitness, वो तो था, लेकिन mental toughness भी बहुत important था. So both together, and a holistic approach. So it was heart, body, mind, and soul. So it was not only exercises for the physical being. We also had the 𝐃𝐢𝐚𝐸 for the get in get fit का. We have aura cleansing, और जैसे मैंने कहा था कि मैं रेकी और प्राणिक प्रैक्टिशनर भी हूं, तो सब मिलाकर we used to have a kind of session which was almost free. And आज तक all our activities are free for all, ताकि the gift of health, that is so important. We need to gift each other health and goodness. And every day morning we all have a prayer for each other, ताकि we don't know who's suffering how, and so अगर कोई किसी को तकलीफ है economics की, नहीं तो शरीर की, कुछ दर्द है, कुछ कोई हॉस्पिटल में है, तो all of us this community prayer, वो सब हमने किया. तो it was a very holistic approach. That's what I would say. And to just understand a little more, I follow this simple 5 things, what we call the rules, RULES. So R basically is remind your goal every day. So self management ke liye, if you have a thing, it is like R, which is remind your goal every day. U is utilize your time. So for every 1 hour of work, what we used to do is 1 minute of self-analysis. So did I use my time properly, or was I wasting my time? What did I invest my time in? Should I improve? So all this comes into that U. Next is L. L is limit your weakness. So we all have some kind of weakness, right? So हम बाद में करते हैं, procrastination, कुछ भी होता है, तो whatever it is, please limit it, and that makes it a bigger difference. And then E is eliminate your distractions. So I'm sure all of us will be having some kind of a distraction, kyunki see, we are all human beings. No, none of us is perfect, and we are all only striving towards excellence. So that becomes very important. So when you eliminate your distractions, you are paying a price for it. So it is delayed gratification. So that is very important. Nahi to we won't be able to achieve anything in life, right? And the last is S, is strive for possibilities, which means any opportunity which comes your way, pick it up, rather grab it, don't leave it. So that is your rules for self-management. I think that would help you really maximize your productivity and improve your performance in whatever you do. I'm not only talking about fitness. It can be your life, it can be your profession, it can be your academics. It is applicable to all of us, and only then we'll be able to achieve our goals.
Wow. आपने बहुत सारी चीजों पे टच किया, एंड सो मेरा टेक अवे था वो, आपने you said a line or sentence that before we learn how to love other people, we have to learn love ourselves. दूसरों को प्यार करने से पहले खुद को प्यार करना सीखना पड़ेगा. फिर आपने बहुत सारी चीजें कवर करी. You talked about making sure that there are small changes in your lifestyle. और वो टाइम निकालना पड़ता है, आपने कम्युनिटी बिल्डिंग बनाई, क्योंकि कम्युनिटी, और उस कम्युनिटी के बारे में थोड़ा और आई विल टॉक टू अ लिटिल बिट मोर अबाउट योर GIGF कम्युनिटी. You also talked about the fact that stress plays a very big role. So stress management बहुत जरूरी है. So now here, what I would like to know that can you just talk a little bit about how what kind of a small changes in the lifestyle do you tell people? जैसे आपने बताया था कि किचन काउंटर पे खड़े हुए हो, तो खड़े खड़े ही you just go ahead and do some squats. In your experience, what are some of the small changes in the lifestyle that you can just give us? You know.
Thank you, sir. I think we all need to earn our good health, right? So EARN, हम सबको मालूम है. It's a acronym. E stands for exercise. So I think whenever anybody talks about fitness, तो दिमाग में ऐसे घंटी बजती है कि अरे यार ये तो फिटनेस है, तो इट हैज टू बी एक्सरसाइज. सो इट मीन्स दैट यू नीड टू जॉइन अ जिम या कुछ भी ऐसा, दैट यू हैव टू ऐसे स्वेट करना होता है. तो दैट इज व्हाट पीपल जनरली थिंक, बट इट इज अबाउट अलाइनिंग योर माइंड एंड योर बॉडी. So when we become conscious about this, then this exercise or E part of it becomes very easy. Next is attitude. A जो attitude होता है, उस attitude के लिए we need to keep motivating ourselves. So it is not something which it is just not one day or one time का decision. It is every day. Small decisions. Every time when you have this your or that, या ये करूं या वो करूं, that kind of moment, the right kind of decision we need to take. So that is your attitude. R is rest. And as I had told you, rest is very important. And jab when you start doing these exercises, you're resting your sleep, the quality of sleep, that really improves. And this is again, you need to commit yourself. It is a commitment ki my body needs rest, and only when I give that rest to my body, I will be able to maximize my output tomorrow. Otherwise, people think, okay, I work 2 hours extra, let me compromise on my sleep and I will be able to perform better. Actually, वो गलत बात होती है, क्योंकि you are actually not giving your cognitive brain some kind of rest, and your brain is always activated, which means there'll be a burnout. So we should never go into that excessiveness of anything. We should have a kind of a holistic way of approach which we can follow for a longer period of time. So that's very important. And last but not the least,
अपने आप को पेस करना बहुत
definitely, sir. हाँ sir. And last is the N, which is nutrition. So nutrition, if I look at it, तो first is हम जब खाना खाते हैं तो जो ये जीभ चाहता है वही हम खाते हैं, ना कि हमारे शरीर को क्या चाहिए, what are we deficient in, वो नहीं खाते हैं हम. हमको खाने में स्वाद चाहिए, देखने में अच्छा दिखना चाहिए, लेकिन हेल्थी खा रहे हैं कि नहीं खा रहे हैं वो उस पर ध्यान बट जाता है. I wouldn't say we are not aware, लेकिन हम aware हैं, but we are not giving much importance to that, right? So nutrition is very, very important, and eat mindfully. जब हम खाना खाते हैं तो gratitude से खाना है, क्योंकि so many people have worked behind the food or the grain that we have on our plate, and we should be thankful for the person who cooked us for us, because there's a lot of love in that, right? And ऐसे ही खाना नहीं बनता है. तो a person takes almost 45 minutes to 1 hour or more to prepare the meal, and हम बस 10 मिनट में ऐसे ऐसे खाकर चले जाते हैं, and we don't even thank them. It becomes a very thankless job, ना? So I think these are things which I started mindfully working on. So always I was a person who will never waste food, so that is definitely non-negotiable. but nevertheless being mindful. तो खाते वक्त I will not use phone calls, or I will concentrate on the meal I eat. I'll be looking at the color of the food, the texture in my mouth, the kind of feel I get when I eat. All this becomes very important. So these are the lifestyle changes. And अगर एक फोन कॉल आ जाता है काम के वक्त, तो बैठकर नहीं बात करनी है, चलकर बात करनी है. And small things like don't use the lift, you can use the staircase. And अगर कहीं पर जाना हो तो कार या बाइक को थोड़ा दूर पार्क करके चलो, और चल के जाओ. And don't definitely give in to emotional eating, क्योंकि जब हम emotional hunger में हो जाते हैं तो what we do is we overeat, and otherwise we undereat, so we become malnourished. So दोनों जो है वो ठीक नहीं होते हैं. So we need to work on that, and for that I formed a very small thing. I'm going to share this with you all. This is my cute little red purse. I'm sure you're all able to see this red purse. So this became my friend. Kyunki, I used to get tempted because I have a sweet tooth. So I used to eat a lot of sweets and chocolates. तो that is something हर किसी को weakness होता है, और मेरा वीकनेस जो है वो केक्स है, आइसक्रीम्स है, चिप्स है, पोटैटो चिप्स है. तो ऐसे ही पैकेट खोलती हूँ और ऐसे पूरा खाती रहती हूँ. दे से यू कांट स्टॉप विद जस्ट वन. तो मैं वही थी मैं. So this bag became my friend. So every time I had this battle in my mind, my inner conflict कि खाना है नहीं खाना है, or I should give a kind of a delayed thing. Then अगर मैं सोचे कि 100 रुपए खर्च करती हूँ कि एक केक लेने में, नहीं तो एक चिप्स पैकेट खरीदने में, तो अगर मैंने अपने माइंड से बोल दिया नहीं ये तुम्हारे लिए अच्छा नहीं है, दिस इज नॉट गुड फॉर योर हेल्थ, इफ यू गोइंग टू ईट लाइक दिस यू गोइंग टू गेट योर चेस्ट पेन अगेन, यू हैव टू लूज योर वेट, ऐसा मैं 1 मिनट के लिए माइंडफुल होकर दैट 100 rupees which I used to spend, I used to take it and I used to put it in this bag. So like that, can you believe it, friends? Within a short span of time, I had actually saved a lot of money. So ये सोने पे सुहागा हो गया ना. So you not only took care of your health, but you saved money. And when I opened that purse after a month, then I was shocked to see, oh my God, that was my emotional hunger. So all of us have our weakness. So this became a motivation. And then of course as I told you, it is so important that we have a jar of blessings for us. So when we do this kind of emotional eating, we feel like अरे यार then can I never enjoy life कि मेरे I will not be able to eat all this, have I to give up something. तो ये सब negative thoughts आते आते I used to take my jar of gratitude. So I'm going to show you my blessing jar. Can you see? You can see all these small bits.
डली हुई है, some small
chits पर्ची.
What is that?
So I used to take a parchi and I used to immediately write down what I am grateful for. And इतना सुकून मिलता था फ्रेंड्स कि जब मैं बहुत सैड थी कि कुछ भी all of us go through those mood swings, right? तो ये एक पर्ची को लेकर मैं पढ़ती थी और इतना अच्छा लगता था. I used to feel, I don't know if you all remember the Sound of Music movie where she sings, these are a few of my favorite things, and that is how I used to sing. And I used to, have this gratitude jar next to me.
That's so sweet.
अच्छा लगता था.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत ही बढ़िया suggestion. Fantastic. I am so happy that आपने ये सब चीजें शेयर करी आज. मेरे को मतलब I am taking a lot of learnings from you, and I'm going to implement the last part in my life also. And इसी पैटर्न पे एक और सवाल मेरे माइंड में आ रहा है, and I'm sure other people are thinking. आपका एक फूड प्लेट जो है आज की तारीख में today, how does it look like? Just a general idea.
So actually हमारे घर में ऐसा पहले before I even thought about all this, I'm basically a vegetarian. तो मेरे को आई लाइक दूध और दही और पनीर, ये सब मेरे को बहुत अच्छा लगता है. आई फीस्ट ऑन इट, ऐसे ही बोलना है. एंड मैं वेजीज पर्सन हूँ, तो वेजिटेबल्स भी बहुत खाती हूँ, और ये अभी से नहीं, जब से छोटी थी वैसे ही खाती थी. लेकिन अभी माइंडफुली खाती हूँ, ताकि माई कार्बोहाइड्रेट पोर्शंस हैव कम डाउन. So 50% of my plate is still vegetables, and a lot of green leafy vegetables, and a lot of salads and soups. यही होता है. 25% of it I give it to protein, क्योंकि protein is something which all of us need. And I somehow I have this kind of feeling that we need to give more to the world. So because I started taking lot of protein, I started growing my hair. My hair became really long. अभी मैंने काट दी है, लेकिन you can understand, I had very long hair, and I donated around 19 inches of my hair for the cancer patients. So this became, as I told you, 2-in-1. So for the Cancer Day, which is coming now, February 4th is Cancer Day. So I donated 19 inches of hair for the wigs for the cancer patients. Yes. So see, when you start taking care of your health, you can really work out on your entire body, and what you can give is something which is priceless. Kyunki these wigs are so expensive, and because I started what we call the gift of hope. So this is what we called the hair donation camp, and because I cut my hair, many of my friends cut their hair and they donated, and together we went to the Cancer Institute and we donated that hair. So I think you should appreciate your fruits of discipline, and when you start doing that, it's not only what you eat inside, it is also about the thoughts you sow, the eyes that the good things that you see, the good things that you hear, and all that together becomes the food of your plate. Because it's just not about eating, it is about a lot of other things which you can imbibe because of this. So if I have to summarize, I will say, make smart choices, friends. All of us have weakness in food, even I, and I'm no exception. But there are things which we have to make it interesting. And I used to try cooking one new recipe every week, so that it was like a treat for me with the kind of diet I could have. So that became very important. So start doing something to make yourself or you feel special, because you are unique. Each one of you are unique, and I think that is how we need to start thinking or feeling about ourselves, because that is the truth, right?
बहुत बढ़िया बताया आपने. बिल्कुल इन्फॉर्म चॉइसेस, प्लेट के पोर्शन साइजेस, प्रोटीन का सोर्स इंपॉर्टेंट है, और खाना ही नहीं, खाने के बारे में अवेयरनेस, इमोशंस, वो होने बहुत जरूरी है. तो जैसा मैंने पहले आपको कहा था, like I had asked you earlier that I'm going to ask you about the GIGF community. तो आपका जो ये Get In Get Fit GIGF community है, this club, walking club, whatever you have you built, उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताइए कि what is it, और साथ साथ उसी में ये भी बताइए कि how has it helped you and assisted you in your own fitness journey, So tell us a little bit about it. What is the club all about, and how has it helped you in your own fitness journey,
Sure, sir. So thank you again for this question, because this is a question which is very close to my heart. The Get In Get Fit series जो है, जैसे मैंने पहले कहा था, we had a number of types. I had the 6 to 640, which runs even today for the last 4 years. We have a free Zoom link. We share it with everybody, friends, families. Our youngest participant is around 3 years of age, and the oldest around 75. And both sexes join, and we are all inclusive people. So it is a fun session every morning. And then we started this consistency club. and which is this walking club. So the walking club actually is not, it's not something which just happened. This one of my friends, her name is Usha, so she was doing it the last 2 years, that is for 2022 and 2021, the year, so 2021, so 2021 kilometers, so 2021 kilometers in that 1 year. So if you divide it roughly by the number of days, it comes to around 6 kilometers per day. So that's how it started. So she was doing it for the first 2 years, and then she just told me, and I said I should not do it alone, I should do it as a community. So last year 2023 we started the 𝐃𝐢𝐚𝐦𝐨𝐝 walking club. So you can walk, you can jog, you can run, you can cycle, कुछ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन you have to do 2023 kilometers totally. So we started that. Sir? पूरे साल में, हाँ, पूरे साल में. And roughly it used to come to around 6 kilometers per day. लेकिन as I told you, I had this sciatic nerve pain और चल भी नहीं पा रही थी मैं, तो it was very difficult for me. So I started with 2 kilometers, and gradually within probably 3-4 months के बाद, ताकि I had to lose my weight, and my muscles were very taut, so I had to relax my muscle, I had to do a lot of stretching. So it was not an easy process. So I can say from January till about May, I must have done some 200-300 kilometers. Itna hi ho pa raha tha, because per day I used to do only 2 kilometers, right? But after May, as I started losing weight, as I started doing the rest of the things, I started to from 2 to 4, 4 to 6, 6 to 8. And slowly I came to 14 kilometers. So that set the tone. And out of the participants who joined, many quit in the middle, which happens. But, I gave a tough fight, and I did 14 kilometers and around 202, 3 kilometers in the end of
Amazing. Amazing. मुझे पता है कि किसी भी walking program या walk talk program में consistency is very important, and you are right. एक पूरे साल का goal रख के, if you focus everybody on that goal, then at least your eyes are off of what you are doing today, and you are thinking कि ठीक है, मुझे पूरे साल में ये complete करना है. And then even if you don't do it one day or do less one day, you are able to make up in the subsequent days. Consistency बहुत जरूरी होती है उसमें. बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने.
Absolutely, sir. I think, consistency is definitely more important than perfection. क्योंकि हर किसी के पास जब हम बोलते थे तो बोलते थे कि नहीं यार, मेरे से नहीं हो पा रहा है, मैं नहीं चल पा रही हूँ, ये वो ऐसा. I said, there are few tips that I would love to give, because we now have the 2024 club. And I can tell you today we are only on the 19th, and I have already completed around 200 plus kilometers.
200 plus kilometers in 19 days. In a walk, jog, yes, biking, already covered.
Already covered. So not only me, we have 4-5 of others who have started, and not only who have covered more than 200. There are a lot more who have covered more than 100 also. So I would just probably few lessons from what I learned from the 2023 club. One is you need to be committed to your task. ऐसा नहीं है कि start कर दिया और बीच में छोड़ दिया, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. It should be commitment, माने do or die. That is the kind of commitment. And then you need to find your time. बहुत से लोगों ने कहा कि यार मेरे पास 6 kilometers करने के लिए मेरे पास 1 घंटा नहीं है. Then I said, अगर तुम्हारे पास अपने लिए टाइम नहीं है तो किसके लिए टाइम है यार? So that becomes you need to be willing to give your time and energy. So that is not negotiable again. And then you need to be understand why you want to do it. अगर आपको why पता चल जाता है तो how जो कैसे करना है वो सब figure out कर लेते हैं. Because the purpose or the intent is very important. Next is the direction is more important than the speed. क्योंकि as I told you 2 किलोमीटर से ही मैंने शुरू किया था, and later only it became 14 kilometers, and that too I can say it became only 14 kilometers in September. ऐसा नहीं था कि पहले दिन से मैंने 14 kilometers की वॉकिंग की थी. तो this is very important. तो डायरेक्शन इज इम्पोर्टेंट, स्पीड तो खुद ब खुद आ जाएगा जब हमारा गोल पास है. तो हम इतना स्ट्रेच कर लेते हैं, हमारे कंफर्ट जोन से बाहर आ जाते हैं, ताकि we'll reach and we will, all of us want to be a winner. Nobody wants to be a loser. So जो winning attitude हो जाता है, that becomes a very important thing. And of course, because of all this, you'll become consistent, you'll become persistent, you'll push yourself, you will be you'll increase your intensity. Fast walking कर लोगे, थोड़ा सा jogging कर लोगे, अच्छा 10 steps jogging और 10 steps walking, ऐसा कुछ combination या permutation आप खुद you will start to explore yourself. Maybe it is a hidden talent in you, और हमने आज तक वो उसको निभाया ही नहीं है. We have not even explored ourselves. And definitely it builds a lot of resilience in ourselves, क्योंकि that giving it all that it takes and to come back and to rise again. Because see, when I say 1 year, इसमें धूप होता है, छाँव होता है, rains होते हैं, सब होता है. And I can tell you, Chennai was flooded, and I'm sure you must have read it in the newspapers and things like that. So consistency, that is what makes you more resilient, because you have given it all and you don't want to just leave it halfway down. So even though it was raining, बहुत से दिन मैंने raincoat पहन कर गई थी मैं, and and sometimes it's funny actually, cycle के साथ चली गई थी मैं. तो it was do or die. That is what it was, क्योंकि it was something that you're committed full. ऐसे आधे अधूरे में कुछ नहीं होता है. You have to give it all. You have to be in it completely. So that's the take which I got, or the lessons I learned from the Get In Get Fit walking club.
बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. That is very true. I'm sure everybody here is inspired. Were there any personal challenges that you had to overcome in your journey, which maybe you are comfortable sharing with us?
Sure, sir. I think, life, they say, right, when life throws lemon at you, make a lemonade and drink it or enjoy it, correct? So life has thrown a lot of challenges in my life. Even though I love smiling, I put up the best foot forward at all times. There have been days and years in my life where, I have had very tough times. Just to name a few, I don't want to, sound very sad, but just to understand ki, as I told you, in 2005, I had the spinal injury. So that was really a very big thing. And after that, for me to bend and do even my profession became a very challenging task. So that was one. In 2015, I lost my husband. And that became another emotionally draining and, a kind of a very tough. I don't know how to explain more than this, but it was a very challenging situation. And, after that, how society treats you, how people look at you, and how you need to, इस सब से उभरना है. तो मेरे दिमाग में बस यही था कि मेरे को ये सैड स्टोरी नहीं बतानी है, मेरे को एक अच्छी कहानी बतानी है, ताकि बाकी लोग सोचे कि अरे यार ये कर पाएगी तो मैं भी कर पाऊंगी. That was something which I was very focused on. And I stopped sharing my sorrows, and I started sharing my joys. I wanted to show people how you can live in spite of all these challenges. So health ka challenge tha, and economics ka challenge tha. Financially, I was totally down. My practice took a back seat because of health and all my personal challenges. And personal challenges, it went to such a state that at the age of 50, I had to start my life all over again. तो इतना मुश्किल था कि I don't know how to explain to all of you. But then I can tell you very simply 3 points for this. The first point is, fighting your inner conflicts. So the inner conflict is your body, your mind, and your emotions. Now, this is something which is in your control, and that is very important. Number 2 is your personal conflicts, which means between your family, your friends, or your near and dear ones. So that is something you need to understand, that you need to set healthy boundaries and know whom to keep and whom to, the toxic relationships that you have to get out of. And number 3 is the extra personal things, which is your environment. Taki, you understand there are certain things which is beyond your control, right? So I always say the serenity prayer. I'm sure all of you must have heard this prayer. And the serenity prayer says that, importantly, it says that there are 3 parts to the serenity prayer. So the first part says, God, to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So this serenity prayer makes a world of difference, because this really helped me understand what is in my control, what is not in my control, and the kind of wisdom I needed to do the things which I needed to do. So I think that is the biggest mantra I got this mantra in 2002. So it is almost 20 plus years that I have got this mantra. But the best part is it taught me how to stick to my, my goals or whatever it is. So stickability is the main ingredient. If you want to, imagine if you have a letter and you want to post this letter, and this letter has to reach somebody. If I put a stamp and that stamp has not the enough amount of gum, then ये तो गुमनाम हो जाएगा ये letter ना. So if I have reached my goal, I need to have the stickability, and to have the stickability, I took solace in the spiritual path, which was the serenity prayer, and I think it really brought a lot of change in my mindset. That became the biggest blessing. Wow. So I think that is something which I would definitely vouch for.
Having Tanya and I, we have personally been and seen your challenges and victories. So मैं सबको ये बता सकता हूँ बहुत ही transparently कि Dr. Vidya is an epitome of grace under pressure, और वो इतना gracefully अपनी situations को handle करते हैं, और अपनी smile जो है कभी भी उसको कम नहीं होने देते हैं, और इसके पीछे एक strength है जो हम सब में है. We all have that strength, and whatever technique she has given you, definitely they will work for you. But वही बात है कि अंदर से आपके अंदर वो चाह होनी चाहिए, that desire that I'm going to rise above my circumstances. And I'm listening to a lot of comments, reading a lot of comments. There are so many ladies and people who are typing comments about hats off to you, you're the greatest of all time, brave woman, blah, blah, blah. And मन कर रहा है कि आपको सुनते रहें, but finally I want to have one last question with your permission, which is this: कि any parting messages to the community of Fitness Freedom, and any wisdom or anything that you want to share, or any future goals of you, अपने कुछ और future goals आप share करना चाहते हैं, कुछ भी आपके मन में है, I'd like to have you close the session with those parting thoughts.
Advice नहीं दूंगी क्योंकि I don't think I'm qualified enough for that. लेकिन I can share few things which I feel all of us have a journey to go through. So I have just few sharing of lessons that I have had in my life. One thing is, each of us are unique, and this uniqueness is what makes it very different. So we can never ever think that somebody else's challenge is lesser than ours. So each to ourselves, but what we can always say is each of us have the capability to do and arise from whatever challenges we go through. So when you see the word impossible, IMPOSSIBLE, just remember it is I am possible. So, that is something which I want you to tell. So even in the toughest or the darkest nights, always say I am possible and I will get it done. So the second thing is, I would say, push yourself out of your comfort zone, because that's the only way where growth is, where our better life is waiting for us. And all those people who have not pushed themselves out of their comfort zone have perished. So, the only way to move forward is fight against the tide. That's the only way to move forward. So, that is something which I would like to share. And future goals, definitely, I'm writing a book now, a testimonial of all our 𝐃𝐢𝐚𝐦𝐸 friends who have, achieved, and what is it and what went through them. And, we are trying to bring about a kind of compilation of what our minds went through when we were doing those goals. So this is something which I'm looking truly forward to, and I think it's going to definitely make a difference. And to all those wonderful friends on the other side of this live session, thank you so much for all that love. I can see a lot of hearts coming up, and I'm super excited. Thank you so much, and thank you for your patient listening, and thank you so much for those wonderful comments. It's been very overwhelming for me, and तहे दिल से शुक्रिया अदा करती हूँ. Really, it means a lot to me, and thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Vidya, and friends, this was a treat for all of you, and this session will be kept on the Instagram page for those आप में से जो बाद में आके इसको रेफर करना चाहते हैं. So thank you. I don't have words to thank you, Dr. Vidya, and so once again, thank you so much for adding so much value in changing so many people's lives. We wish to have you again on this platform someday. Tab tak, just keep smiling and keep changing lives, And a big
thank you so much, sir. It's a dream come true moment for me. As I was sharing with you in the morning, I think, having Sumeet, sir, even to rendezvous with him has been the greatest blessing in my life, and I can only thank God for this opportunity. And I'm just thanking my stars. I'm pinching myself. As I told sir, ki it is like sone pe suhaga ho gaya mere ko. And thank you so much. This is the best New Year gift I got. Thank you, and really, it made my day. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Now, sabhi ko namaskar. We're going to close this session now, and stay safe.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much.